time has come. Making this video is a little bittersweet because it's time to say goodbye to the Nismo. This car has been really special to me. I've had a wonderful time building it and modifying it and making it my own, and creating some content for it and just having a good time with the car. And it's time to say goodbye. So pretty soon, which will debut here, but pretty soon I will be transitioning from this 2017 Nissan 370Z Nismo to something new. I'd love for you to take a guess what you think it is that I'm going to be coming back with. So matter of fact, go ahead and put your guesses down in the comments. It'll be interesting to see, you know, what everybody guesses. But yeah, we got something new underway, on the way, should I say, underway as well. It'll be here in a few days, and I'll go ahead and, you know, close out all the final paperwork and square things away. And in this spot right here, there will be something different. Yeah, in this spot. And I'm pretty excited about it. But at the same time, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Yeah, so it's a little bit hard to say goodbye to the Nismo. I've done a lot with this car. And in just a moment, what I figured I'd do is take a little pre-walk down memory lane, if you will. And I'm going to go over and I'm going to show you all of the subtle modifications that I've done to the car. My build style has always been OEM plus. While I have a lot of appreciation of what people do when they totally go crazy with their cars, that's just not quite me. Even, you know, just the way I dress and everything, I'm just a little bit more, I don't know, modest. Even though I can appreciate when people go all the way out to the edge. You're probably never going to see me do that. But you know, I've done a lot of what I consider to be tasteful mods to this car, things that appeal to me, that I like, and I'm going to show you around. So, yeah, that's it. And so True Serum 23 will be coming back in the near future with something new that'll be in this space. In the meantime, let's take a look and see what's under the hood and what's under inside, as far as all of the different modifications we've done with this 2017 Nissan 370Z Nismo. So we'll start here in the engine compartment, and we are looking at the crinkle red Z1 cold air intakes. Most of the modifications on this car, most of the accessories, things like that, come from Z1 Motorsports. I happen to be fortunate that I live here in the Atlanta area. Z1 is also located not far from Atlanta in Carrollton, Georgia. So it's only about a 50 minute ride for me to get down to Z1 to get anything I need. And of course, if I order it online, it's usually here the next day. They're pretty great when it comes to shipping. Anyway, I really like the tasteful approach. As I said before, the scheme of the car is red and black. And so you can definitely overdo it. And a lot of times, in my opinion, a lot of times people will overdo it. You know, they'll put they get carried away with the accessorizing. But for me, a little goes a long way. And so you see subtle touches there with the cold air intake. You also have the Z1 oil filler cap. And so that's also anodized aluminum from Z1 as opposed to the plastic that normally would come with the car. And I actually had a few other parts that never actually made it onto the car. And so I still have those over in a bin that I suppose I will just put up on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere like that and let them go. While here, we'll also look in the battery compartment here. Not too much to see, except that it's a little bit hard to tell, but you see there's one little wire there that's kind of tucked away, and it kind of rides away into nowhere land. Well, actually, that's connected to a amp, a 12-inch sub that I have hidden in the car as well. Again, like I said before, subtle. And so even though no one ever looks in that battery compartment, I know what's there. So it was really important to me to make sure that everything was run just so, tucked away nice and clean and professional, if you will. So we will slide around and let's take a look at the wheels, what's going on here. So the wheels themselves, these are the OEM V2 Nismo wheels. I ended up really liking these wheels. However, I did need to make some adjustments. And so as far as tires go, these tires are the Continental Extreme Contact Sport O2s, DW, if you will. So Continental Extreme Contact O2 Sport Plus, DW, all that kind of stuff. The size is 255/35, right? It's been a minute. So yes, so if you look at that, 255/35 19s. Also, a subtle upgrade that I did was put the cross-drilled slotted rotors on here. I really like those. I like the aggressive look, especially when it's all nice and clean. So I like that. The Nismo has the big brake kit, so didn't need to do anything with that, but I did want to change out those rotors just for a nicer look. Whether they perform better or not, I don't know. I do know that I like the way they look and I like the way they feel. You also will see in here 20 millimeter Z1 Motorsports spacer. So this car is stock. The wheels just a little bit too tucked in for me. And I like for it to sit out closer to the edges. And so you get that real nice stance. And if you want to see kind of what it looks like, if you look down the profile of the car there, you can see the stance, you can see how it's laid out. It's just right for me. And so moving on down toward the back of the car, also have 20 millimeter spacers on the back of the car here, and cross-drilled slotted rotors as well. Now the tires on the rear are 305/30s, so nice meaty set of tires to get all of that rear-wheeled grip that you would want when you're trying to put down a little power with the Z. And I know the Z is not the fastest car in the world, but it is definitely a very engaging car. And one of the reasons that it's engaging is because of what's going on inside here. And so this is the 6MT. So this is the 370Z with a 6-speed manual transmission. And since we're inside the car, we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on inside. And so the Z, it has a pretty nice interior, especially for the age of the car. This car has been around since 2009. That's the first year that the 370Z debuted. And so I feel like, in my opinion, it's aged pretty well. I like the retro vibe. I like all of the buttons and all of those kind of things that you find inside. It's got a nice mix of leather and Alcantara. These Nismo Recaro seats, oh man, they are just, for them being racing seats, they are very comfortable and yet secure. They hold you in well. One of the modifications that I did here was even the shift knob. This shift knob is not the one that comes on the Nismo. The one that typically comes on the Nismo is all kind of black and gray and I don't know. I thought this one, which comes from the 2019 anniversary edition of the Z, I thought that one was much nicer, and so we switched to that. We also have the GTR, of course, the typical GTR start button mod that's done here. You know, that adds at least 5 horsepower alone. We also have, even in the vanity lights up top, or should I say the reading lights up top, we've shifted to the GTR clear lenses up there for that. And let's see what else. There's also, this car also has, I'm not showing it right now because I'm recording, but this car has the Nifty City mod that's done. So it does have wireless Bluetooth Apple CarPlay, and that's pretty neat. And then it also has a 12-inch sub that I'll show you in just a bit. And so the car is nice. It's really nice. It has all the modern conveniences while it still looks retro, which is how I've liked it with this Z. And so one of my favorite mods, I love the way when this car is, you know, just set up normal, you have the complete hatch. The hatch is empty. There's nothing going on back here. It looks just stock. And give me a moment here. But if I go and I pull the carpet out, and we'll go ahead and I won't try to take it all the way out. We'll pull the carpet back, and then we will reach underneath here. And oh, whoa, what's going on here? So that's a Cerwin-Vega, Cerwin-Vega, say that fast 3 times. Cerwin-Vega 12-inch, true 12-inch sub. And you can see the model number right there, which is the VPS TH12. And so it makes it so that the Z knocks pretty hard. And so, as a matter of fact, one of the things that I needed to do was add some dyno mats. So the complete back of this car, everything underneath here, that's underneath all of the foam and all of that underneath, it's all dyno mat. And you can actually see it down there under the spare tire. This car still has a spare tire in it, and the sub mounts inside of that spare tire. So very convenient. The Nismo normally comes with a Bose sub, and I say that with air quotes. The sub is actually 2 4-inch woofers. It's about the size of the 12. It's a bunch of plastic, but the reality is it's not a real sub. It's like 2 4-inch woofers and some Bose trickery to make it sound more than what it is. This, though, truly brings out the bass. And so I need to put some dynomat in here to try to control that sound a little bit. And it also helped with making the exhaust sound nicer as well, because it helped cut down on unnecessary vibration. And so you ended up just getting the true sound of the exhaust. I'm really happy with that install. And so I don't know, this will likely not go with the Z when the Z moves on to its next destination. I'm probably going to transition this back to the Bose setup, and this 12 may migrate to whatever's going to be in here next. We'll see. And so, speaking of exhaust, let's see if we can take a look at the exhaust. All right, and so you can see here, this has the Motordyne Shockwave exhaust, and we're on the ground, so we can't see it all, but if you look in the description, there's a video that shows me installing this exhaust on the car. It is a true 3-inch exhaust coming from the arc pipes, which are connected to the headers all the way back through the back here. And it also has, you can't see it here, but you might be able to just tell if you can see the 2 little humps there. It's actually got the high flow cats. Those have been relocated to the mid pipe in this car instead of them being up front, coming straight off of the headers. And because that was replaced with the arc pipes, Motordyne arc pipes. So it's arc pipe all the way back. And yeah, I'm seriously considering taking this off the car. This exhaust is a $3,000 exhaust, and I'm sure that I could probably sell it, and another Z owner. There's still many Z owners out there. These Motordyne exhausts are extremely hard to get. You know, they're hard to get, and so yeah, I think we may go back to stock with this setup and make these available for sale. So there you go. Had a chance to look around and appreciate some of the modifications, subtle modifications that we were able to do to the car during the time that I had it. I've really enjoyed the Z. I've really enjoyed this car. It is a fun car. Man, it's a fun car to have. But I'm ready for something new. There's a car that I've wanted since I was a kid. It was on my bedroom wall when I was a teenager, and I'm finally at a place. I appreciate the blessings that have brought me to a place where I can now transition to this next car that I've always wanted, and so I'm looking forward to that. And that's it for the Z. And so we will transition. I hope you enjoyed the content. Stick around. We'll continue to deliver more as the opportunity presents itself. Either way, thanks a lot. True 723 signing off. Peace.